So, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Great, great, great. Yesterday I heard a story on a morning radio show that about a story about a woman in Minneapolis who um, was asked to leave the old country buffet because she was breastfeeding and her breasts weren't covered by some type of cloth, whatever. She said she tried, but the cloth just kept coming off, whatever. And when you're breastfeeding, who wants to be, worry about this? When your baby's like, really, you know, fidgeting and wanting to get hungry and wanting to get fed. Anyway, so she was asked to leave. The waiter came over to the table, told her to cover her breast. She's like, no, I'm well within my right, according to the state law, to breastfeed anywhere and any place that I please. And I don't have to leave anywhere. And so basically, it was a back and forth thing between her, the waiter, the manager, whatever, and and basically they were given a refund and basically told to leave. On the radio program, women, not people, women were calling in talking about, oh my God, that's rude. Why would she breastfeed in a restaurant? That's rude because the other guests might get offended. And I completely did not understand why women, obviously they haven't had children, women would say some dumb shit like that. And I really have to struggle with y'all around this shit. I would absolutely, if somebody ever told me, I don't care if there's a law in the state or not, personally I think that a law to tell me whether and where I can, feed my child with the food that comes out of my body. I don't care about what law is in anywhere. I'm going to feed with my child when they're hungry. You feel what I'm saying? So let me explain some things to y'all. Oh, the one girl was on the radio said she was like, I don't understand. If she knew she was going out, why didn't she pump? I mean, with the advent of pumping machines and blah, 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 why didn't she pump before she goes out? You pump only when you, as a mother, are not going to be in a place where your child is, basically for child care, for the husband or the boyfriend who's taking care of the baby, and they don't have the ability to actually breastfeed their child. You pump in that instance. However, when you are with your child, there is no need to pump because you have the food right here. You understand what I'm saying? So that's completely, to me, is asinine. And why would you give your child stale milk when you got the fresh flowing goodness right there? So, I mean, and the host had to ask them, like, are you a mother? Like, are you a parent? Not even a mother, but are you a parent? When your child starts to cry, in my case, the synapses in your brain start talking to the lymph nodes in your boobies, and the milk starts to flow. If the milk does not exit, your breast can become engorged, therefore creating a very uncomfortable, painful situation for the mother, and the child obviously is not getting food, so it's crying and it's fussing. So you have two situations that's not, you can't wait 15 minutes, you can't wait 5 minutes. The milk wants to come out, the baby wants to get fed. This is what you're going to do. I was crying in the middle of McDonald's, and I was just like, all right, this is time to go. No, no, no. My mother was looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, what? She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm feeding Nani. Right here? Like, yeah. Where else the hell should I be doing it? And I got looks. I really could care two shits about what anybody else thought about me breastfeeding my child because my child was getting fed. I was, it was lovely. That's it. That's all I cared about. Fuck you and your smile. Fuck you and your little glare. Fuck you, whatever. I don't give a shit. I used to pull my chest. I used to pull my boobs out in front of my father, in front of my brothers. I mean, what the hell? It really didn't matter to me because the point of me doing so was not to, hey, I got boobs. It was to feed my daughter. And, eventually they all got used to that shit. And it's like, oh, if you're in front of children and they're not your child and they see your breast, and, oh my God, my child is traumatized because they saw a boobie. First of all, children come from mothers. So in some way, capacity, some form, they're going to see their mommy naked. I mean, I know that my daughter, she still sees me naked. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it really, so children aren't, I wouldn't think that children will be traumatized by seeing a breast. I mean, they know what it's for. I mean, and if they don't know what it's for, then you're not doing a really good job as a parent. If you're thinking that if you're teaching them that having breast or doing something with the breast with the baby is something that's disgusting. I actually posted this on my Facebook, and I got a couple of really good responses to it. Ayana was just like, I totally agree. I'm still nursing my 4-month-old, and he wants it, and he wants it when he wants it. People still look at me sideways when I cover. So what gives? All this carnality going on in this world, and you're going to gawk at me because I'm feeding my son with what, guys? Come on, get real. Tracy, which is when she's a coworker, she was just like, I did it whenever and wherever. I had it down to a science. I could shop, cook, and lots of other things while my kids were in a football hole. It's natural, it's human, and if you wanted to start even make comments here, and not the start she's trying to nourish. So for someone to come up to me and tell me, what, do you think you could put that outside or do it outside? Hell effing no. I'm not peeing on the floor. I'm not wiping my ass with my hand. I'm not doing something disgusting. This is what the breasts are made for no other reason. This is why mammals who have breasts to feed their children. There's no other reason for it. Or while we in this society have fun with our breasts, it has now become okay for somebody to do all types of dirty, carnal shit with our breasts. But when it comes to feeding our child, oh, well, that shit is nasty and disgusting. I really have to, I'm not a violent person, but if I was breastfeeding a child of mine and somebody were to come up to me and tell me that I should stop or I should go elsewhere, you're disturbing my time with my child, I would get violent with you. I would really have no tolerance for that bullshit. Another woman was just like, oh my God, people were eating. That's so rude and disrespectful. And I was just like, well, my child was eating. I mean, there was really no excuse for it. There was really nothing that anyone could say to me. And if you agree with that type of perspective, I'm gonna call you a dumb shit. And I know there's somebody out here being like, well, just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I'm a dumb shit. Yes, it is. You are a dumb shit. You are a dumb shit. If you have never lactated, I don't care if you male or female, if you have never lactated and had children and had milk flowing from your breast, you are a dumb shit to even comment on this. And if you have had milk flowing from your breast and you still think the shit, you might not be a dumb shit, but you're retarded. You're kind of retarded. I actually have a coworker who thought it was completely disgusting to breastfeed her child. I did it because I'm cheap. I would rather not spend $20 on, and I don't even know how much it costs now, but $20 on a can of formula when I had food coming from my body that was free. The things in my mind just would not let me do that. I'm just like, I have food right here. Why would I even go outside and purchase some food? That doesn't make any sense. And this is what's best. But when I did it another time because I knew that was the best thing for my child. And if I had another child again, that would definitely be something. I mean, if your man says, oh, that's disgusting, you shouldn't do it. I mean, my breasts are not for you. And if you're with somebody who says some dumb shit like that, you need to leave him. Because the breasts are for that. Yeah, so I just found the whole situation upsetting as a mother, as a woman, that somebody has a state statute about breastfeeding, number one. That the society would think that it's so disgusting that it needs to have regulation around it. And like I said, as a mother, and as a future mother of another child, maybe, I wouldn't give a shit what laws they had in a state. I would do what the fuck I wanted to do and feed my child wherever it is I wanted to feed my child.